All right, hello, this is Calvin, and in this video, I am going to be sharing with you a case study of a recent deal that we did with one of our student partners. That's a wholesale deal, and we sold this house pretty much within one day. And this is a property that we are co-wholesaling with one of our students. And I don't even really like to call her a student, although she did learn from us. She's really a partner because we are doing deals together, but she did follow the steps in our training system and the modules to find this deal and get it under contract. And so, if you're new to wholesaling or you've never done a real estate deal before, the reason why I'm creating this training program is to really do more deals, right? This isn't so much about making money by teaching students. There's a ton of gurus out there who have great trainings already. This is about creating relationships with people who can go out and source these deals for us. So this property we actually got last Thursday. It's at 5236 Greenway Drive North in Jacksonville, Florida. Our student partner, her name is Monica, and she lives here in Jacksonville. And she was able to go out and get this property under contract for $95,000. And so that is really what I am sharing with our students and what I'm teaching is really how do you go out, find properties that where there's some kind of distress, where the seller needs to sell the property quickly and for a cash offer, and then how to get that property under contract. And so she did this. She went out, she got the property under contract for $95,000, and she sent it to us. And we added our fee. We actually sent it out for 104.9, so we added $10,000, and we ended up selling the property for $103,000. And so the gross assignment fee, 103 minus 8 is 95, or you could look at it that way, or 95,000 buy price plus the gross assignment fee of 8,000. We sold it for 103. And we split the assignment fee, and each of us made $4,000. Well, we haven't yet because it hasn't closed, but we did get the contract from the buyer already. So I put together a timeline here because this really shows how quickly these deals can be done. Monica went out. She had actually been working with the seller for a couple of weeks, but she was able to go out there last Thursday, December 2nd. Today is December 7th, so this was all just within the past few days. So she went out, she got the contract signed by the seller. She went to the house, met the seller, and the seller agreed to sign a contract. Monica got the contract in her LLC, which she set up there in Florida. She took some pictures of the property. She sent them to us and sent us a property description and the information. And we went out that same day, about 3:30 in the afternoon. We sent that property to all of our buyers in Jacksonville. So we added about 10,000 on her buy price, so 9,900. And so we sent it out at 104. And right away, the buyers that we have in Jacksonville started contacting us, emailing and calling us, wanting information about this property. And the nice thing about this one is that it's vacant. The house was vacant, and we were able to put it on a lockbox very quickly. So the buyers were able to get in to see it right away, which was great. So the buyer leads started coming in, and one of our buyers made a verbal offer. He emailed us and said, "Hey, would you take 103 for it?" And so we got on the phone with him, spoke about the property, spoke about the offer, and he agreed to paying 103. Now, our policy is we want the buyers to visit the property and do their inspection before they sign the assignment contract. And the reason for that is we want the purchase contract, the assignment, we want it with the buyer to have 0 days inspection. And so we don't want to give our buyers a long inspection period, or really any inspection period, because they can then, they could back out of the deal, or they could take their time on the inspection, or maybe even try to sell it again, wholesale it again. And we don't want that. If someone's going to wholesale it, we can JV with them, but we want people who are actually buyers. So the next day on December 3rd, the buyer went out there. They went to the property and he saw it, and we actually spoke, and he confirmed that he confirmed offer. Put this on this line. He confirmed the offer amount. Okay, so he went a little later in the day, so that was on Friday. But on Friday, we had a verbal offer. He wanted the property, and so right there, actually the same day, he made an offer. The day we sent it out. But the next day, he has now seen the property. He saw it online. He saw the property pictures. He drove by. He went into the house. He's done his inspection. And now he's confirmed the offer amount. So this was on Friday afternoon. We actually didn't get the purchase agreement sent to him until Monday. But we sent it to him with a $5,000 non-refundable deposit. So you think this guy is serious? If he's putting up $5,000 non-refundable deposit before closing, obviously he has to put up this pretty large deposit. He's not very likely to cancel this contract. That's a lot of money for him to lose. And sometimes we will do a lesser amount, but in this case, we wanted to make sure he was a serious buyer because we haven't worked with him before, and we had a lot of interest. By the way, the buyer leads, we had dozens of buyers calling us. We probably had 20 to 25 buyers contacting us about this property. So we told him that. We said, look, we need a $5,000 non-refundable deposit. He agreed. And then today he signed the contract and sent the deposit to the title company. So the closing date on the contract, which I can show you in a minute, is December 20th. And so that is coming up here in just a couple of weeks. We're going to close, hopefully before the holidays, because around Christmas and New Year's, title companies are closed and buyers, everybody's with their families or celebrating the holidays. So we want to close this before the 25th or 24th even. But right there, if you look at this, between the second, once you got the contract, and the closing date is actually only about 2.5 weeks. This only took about 18 days. Assuming we close on the 20th, this one hasn't closed yet, but assuming it does, which I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, because the buyer's paying cash, the property has clear title, we already know all of that. In just 2.5 weeks, almost just 2 weeks, this deal is closed. And so if you look at this, let's say, I can move this up a little bit. Let's say she works between 10 to 15 hours on this deal, which that may even be high. She may have less time. She may have only have 5 hours into it, or 10. But that value per hour is $250 to $400 per hour that she's making. So this is way more than she's going to make at any job. I don't know of any job that will pay this amount. Maybe an attorney, but that's after years of working and basically have to be a partner at that point, or go deep into debt to go to law school and get a law degree. But $250 to $400 an hour. Now, the nice thing about this for her is Monica, she really doesn't have to do much else on this deal, right? We are going to work with the title company, and we are going to work with the buyer to get this deal closed. So there really isn't much else that she needs to do at this point, right? She got the contract signed. She had the pictures taken. She sent them to us. She uploaded them to the website. That is pretty much it, right? And so that is the opportunity to work with us, is to go out and focus on acquisitions. Because why? Because we have buyers, tons of buyers in pretty much every market in the country. Okay, so the response rate that we got, just sending this out to a few buyers there, was very strong, and we were able to sell this property, or at least get a verbal offer, on the same day. The same day. It wasn't even the next day. It was, of course, a few days later until we actually had the contract signed. But if this wasn't a Friday, then we would have had the contract signed sooner. The more important date here is the closing date, which is, of course, only about 2.5 weeks from the date she got the contract. And so what we have here, I want to show you this for a second, is this is the intake form. This is the joint venture wholesale deal intake form. So what you have to do is you have to get deals directly with the seller. Again, going back to this one, Monica went to this seller and she got the contract signed. And so this is a direct deal that she had. She put this information here. The contract closing date was the 20th. Yes, she put it under contract with the seller. In fact, that's the form. This is what it actually looks like. So this is what it looks like on her end. So, she would put the address in here, and she put the closing date is the 20th. And then she said, yes, I have the property under contract with the seller directly. She put her buy price. She put her asking price. She put the occupancy. She put, the showings. She did the bedroom and bath count. She did the square footage. And she submitted. Now, once she submitted, then we receive it, and we can then go and market it to our buyers. So this is the property that you can see. This is actually the offer. He actually submitted this. You can see this on December 2nd, pretty much right away. So we did speak about it, but he did put the cash offer. This should have been $5,000, but for some reason he put $4,000. But this shows that this was the offer he made. This is the buyer right there. And, within a few minutes of sending this out, we got an offer in. In fact, if you look at this 353, if we go to notifications here, I sent this out at 3:30. And so at 3:30, we sent it out. 23 minutes later, less than 30 minutes later, we have an offer on it, right? So, and then I can show you, this is what the property looks like. In fact, it's right here, but I just opened it. So here you can see we put it for $104,900. That was the price we were marketing for, as I mentioned. And we have all the property pictures on here. This is a rehab house, like most of the houses we work with. And then you have some more information about the property down here and some comps. And here's my contact information. And so you can sign in here. You can see the comparables. But this is our website. It's super clean and easy to use, and buyers love it. And they can just click right here, sign in, and then make an offer. And so this, I wanted to show you, is the actual contract. So this isn't the one he signed, because he signed it through, it's called Dotloop. We use Dotloop, we use HelloSign, we use DocuSign, whatever the way we get the contract signed. We have a few different services, but you can see here's the purchase price of $103,000. This is a cash offer. And you can see, I'm showing you this because this shows that this is the actual contract. This is the contract that was sent to the buyer, the buyer has already signed this today. This isn't the signed version. But you can see here he can't assign the contract. He has 0-day inspection period. And you can see right here, fee to my company Solutions Home Buyers is $4,000. And that is Monica's LLC, which is going to be another $4,000. Now, she put this on here because she put it as to net profit, because she may go back to this seller and offer less. Right now, her buy price is $95,000, but let's say she can get that seller down to $90,000. Well, she just made an extra $5,000, and we typically don't ask for that part of the fee. If she can renegotiate this, that's just profit that she'll make. We're happy with making this. Really for just a few hours of work. You can see the seller has already signed, and then the buyer's signature will go there. So that is it for this property. This is a real deal that we just sold. We just got the contract today signed. We're closing in a couple of weeks. So we are doing these deals every single month. And every single week, we're selling properties and we're looking to partner with other investors and wholesalers who can go out and source these properties. So that is a quick overview, kind of a case study of an actual property that we have wholesaled in the past few days. And if you would like to get started, you can click the link below and you can schedule a call with me to go over if we're a good fit in working together. We do require a deposit, which is refunded to you after your first deal. And the reason we do that, it's not a huge amount of money, but we do that because what we've found is that when information is given to people for free, they typically don't take it as seriously as if they, paid for it. And because they have some skin in the game and they're invested in the program. But what I can tell you is when you sign up, once we have our call, you will be able to go out and source these properties in your own market and virtually. And there are free ways of getting leads, which is attraction-based marketing, where you go out and using social media and other resources, you can actually get seller leads for free. And there are some paid marketing strategies as well. But if you are on a limited budget, you can get started doing some free marketing and networking and source some deals there in your local market. So if you would like to speak with me about how we can work together and to get some more information about our program and see if it's a good fit, then I would ask you to just go ahead, click the link below, schedule a time to speak with me. It's only about a 15 or 20-minute call to learn if, see if we're a good fit and working together, to see if you can be like Monica and start making thousands of dollars a month or even a week with just minimal effort, just going out, getting contracts signed, and taking pictures of properties. So that's it. I'm Calvin Sibley with Solutions Home Buyers. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Go ahead and click the link below. My calendar is getting filled up, and I also am not sure how long I'm going to be offering this. So if you are watching this and you see this page is live, then I am still offering some time on my calendar to speak to me. But if you click the link and the calendar is broken or not working, it means I'm probably not as focused on this or taking new students at this time. So go ahead, click the link below, schedule a time to talk, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.